on the internet. Not really, but we're looking at some of the coolest ones that I found. There's about 30 of them, I think, so we're going to have a look through each of them. Some will be for 10 seconds, some will be for 2 minutes, but all in all, this should be a very long, fun video. So get your popcorn, buckle up. I think I said that already, and here we go. All right, Mario fans, we're playing Jelly Mario Bros. Use the arrow key, and I have to get to the mushroom to start. My guy is already dead, so let's restart this. Blow him up, I guess. So use the arrow keys to move. Probably gonna take a bit for me to understand how to do this. Here we go, we're beginning. I actually don't know how to move him. Like, how do I move him? Why is the entire map? Oh, I'm just gonna blow him up. All right, can I beat the first level? Like, I don't understand what is happening here. Like, how do I get him? How do I get him to go up? He's not going up, he's just going down. All I'm doing is holding. All right, so let's just hold up. If I hold up, does he go up? I think that'll be useful data for us. Okay, he does. Why is the whole map glitching? Am I doing something wrong? I feel like I am. All right, my goal is to just at least get to the mystery box. And if I do that, then I'll feel pretty satisfied. I can't hear the music. It's probably copyright right now. Maybe we put in our own music. Come on, get it, get it, get it. Blow up. And it did nothing. All right, I'm kind of over this game. This is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Now we have paint. What do I have to do? Draw an upside down dinosaur. What dinosaur do I want to draw? Let's draw a T-Rex. Upside down. Use your imagination here, though I don't think you need to, because what I just drew is a T-Rex upside down. Give me a score, 1 to 10. I bet you'll give me a 9.5. Who wouldn't? Turn your heads. You're going to see that that's one of the best T-Rexes out there. I was ranked 42,000 out of 45,000 submissions. Let me try this once more. Choose another prompt. Let's go best drawings of an explosion. That is very well done. So that's the number 1 of an exploding pig. Okay. So a pig looks just like this. And of course I'll make him pink because I really want to excel here. There's his little snout. As any pig, they're round and they have their squiggly wiggly tail. They have their stumps and their hooves. All right, so maybe we won't be changing his color because I don't know how to do that. But what we are gonna do is make him exploding. My guess here, if there's 45,000 submissions, I would say 15,000. 6,000. All right, wait, let me see if I could beat this. I'm gonna try once more. A bumblebee that loves capitalism. This is a fantastic submission. So there's 11,000. So the goal is again the top 1,000. So a bumblebee. What does a bumblebee look like? It's just like black and yellow stripes. What? It looks like a lollipop, like I'm drawing like a Tootsie Pop. Okay, I think they look like this. Looks like one of those roly-polies. They have eyes and they fly. They're kind of cute bumblebees. And then I'm gonna do some dollars, right here. Bada bing, bada boom, cha-ching. Owning the means of production, so he's going to be clocking in. So let's draw like a little like timestamp where it's like da-da-da, 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 an American flag, because Americans, and I'll put a heart in the middle. Americans love capitalism. Well, most of us. I know a lot of people. Maybe you're watching this, you're a communist. And what do I say to that? I don't really care because I'm kind of apathetic towards everything. That's just like my position on life. This is the love story between a bee, its country, and capitalism. Top 1,000, top 1,000, top 1,000, top 1,000, top 1,000. You have to be kidding me. I don't understand what I could have done better here. You know what? I'm done with this game. All right, so this is VO code. This is basically what everybody uses to turn their text to speech. But apparently you have to sign up and view pricing. I mean, I guess I'll look at your pricing. I am not paying $7 a month to hear like a fake Donald Trump playing Minecraft with Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Let's move on. Thumbnail game, and if this is what I think it's going to be, I'm definitely not signing up or anything like that. Which video has more views? So based on the thumbnail alone, our craziest ever bonus, so it's some guy gambling, or doing Lil Nas X makeup, James Charles and Lil Nas X. Well, it depends if it was pre or post his cancellation, but I think it's pre because he's collabing with Lil Nas, so let's go to the right. Oh my gosh, 15.8 million views. Imagine getting that many views on a video. That's crazy. We'll do it till I lose. Lego Minecraft Zombie Hunter speed builds. Why do I feel like this has like 30 million? Okay, but then there's Ego Minecraft speed build. So they're both stop motions. One looks more specific to like Halloween, so I think it's more like seasonal. So I doubt there was like an outsize of views. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this one. Does that mean I got it wrong? Wait, all right, let me try once more. Korea Vlog, which probably has like 20,000, or Dixie D'Amelio, one of the greatest artists of our generation, the music video for Roommates. Okay, and I'd be right, though that's a really good view count for a vlog. Next up, we have our Nashville home tour. Don't know who that is. Looks like that girl from TikTok. Daisy something, I think. Or business viability, definitely the home tour. All right, I wonder if I'll see myself on here. Pairing, which I have no idea what that could mean, or moral relativism, ethics defined, definitely that. Where are they finding these videos? Reviewing the new methods inside the real world for Andrew Tate's Hustler University, or Blippi, it's gotta be Blippi. How to make spaghetti with homemade meat sauce, or Old Town Road Live, okay, definitely that. Why the Island Boys career died so quickly, this is definitely Sunny V2, or Island Boys dropped 50K at the mall, definitely Sunny V2. Baby Monitor SNL, or slightly offensive memes. Oh, this is Jakerton. Shout out to Jakerton, he's one of my buddies. I don't know how this video did for him, but I'm guessing he's not gonna beat Selena Gomez. Sorry, Jake. It's close though. Very good video by Jake. College decision reactions. Hey, I went here. Or Kendrick Lamar's Savior, but it's the interlude, which nobody really cares about, so I think it might be this one. Nope, let's go music. All right, good choice there, 2.3. Emo Friday live service. All right, so we have a sermon from a priest, or FTX collapse, gotta be CoffeeZilla. Gotta be, oh, not even 800 views. I hope you could reach your 1,000 view mark soon. Utopia, which is some classic comedy film of Finale, Laurel, and Hardy, or Neon Lights, Heart Tunnel background. It's definitely gonna be this. Yeah, for some reason, people just like love those backgrounds. Watch Mojo, top 20 worst superhero castings, or the Internet Mysteries Iceberg Explained. It's gotta be Watch Mojo. No! Oh my gosh, okay. All right, we got 11, so pretty good there. Okay, so now we have a geek prank, hacker typer simulator, automate. Okay, so it looks like I'm a hacker. Do I look like a hacker right now? The goal is to look like a hacker. This is apparently, if anybody out there is a hacker, this is what your screen looks like. You have a neural network tracing Bitcoin miner, so I'm basically using all the electricity to mine Bitcoin. Don't know why'd you do that, because that price is certainly going down. I love how they still have the advertisement there, like it's inevitable. Okay, can't get out of that. Let's get out of the Bitcoin. Let's move this over here. Let's full screen this for the second. We see somebody about to rob a bank. All right, so this is called Find the Invisible Cow. Make sure to turn on your audio. You know what? I will turn on my audio just for this game. Start game.
Cow, 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 cow.
So to find the cow.
Cow, 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 cow.
Oh, okay. Moo, okay. So I see what I have to do here. Let's go. Yeah, I could only find a cow. I thought there were going to be like more options.
Cow, 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 cow.
So it gets louder when I get closer to the cow.
Cow, 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 cow. Moo.
Okay, I can only do so much of that game, so I'm done with the finding the cow. All right, next up we have City Guesser. So while I have the volume going, we might as well play this. I used to play this a lot, and I loved it. A little loud for me. So basically what you do is you try to figure out where you are. So that looks like maybe Berlin or something. Looks like a Brandenburg Gate. I think that's what it's called. Probably not, though. Probably like Paris, Swarovski, White Swarovski. No, maybe it is Germany. Could I be right? But it's cool because you like listen to the people around you. Okay, I'm wrong. It's in Switzerland. Pretty close. Same thing, right? Basically the same kind of people. So this would be like on the border, I guess. Maybe like somewhere, maybe Zurich. Okay, wow, that was really close. Maybe I should get back into it. The only thing is you can't like pan the camera, so I'm just like beholden to what I see. Off rip, I mean, this is like some really beautiful water. Probably gonna be like some resort in like the Caribbean, I'd guess. A white person. I don't know. This is like screaming like Bahamas to me. Turks and Caicos, maybe somewhere out there. All right, let's go for it. Let's rip. What'd I say? Turks? No, let's not go there. Let's go. What'd I say? Bahamas first. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a little more information. Cars are driving on the right side, so it's probably U.S. territory. I have no idea. I'm acting like I know what I'm doing. I no longer know what I'm doing. All right, let's just click like... How about we go... Let's go Antigua. No, it was... St. Petersburg has water that blue? Okay, Florida. This website is called Pointer. So wherever I put my pointer, I do nothing, and it shows a picture of that person pointing to the cursor. So as you can see, it's pretty interactive, and it understands this quite well. So now let's say I want to put it at the very bottom of the screen. There's no way they could find somebody pointing there, and they do. I don't know how they somehow do this. Technology is quite amazing, and I'm glad that we're using our resources to do this. But look at that guy right there. So right here, show me a point. It's just so accurate. I don't understand. So I'm in the very corner, right there. And let's see. What do you know? All right, that one's not that good, actually, because that point, you could argue, is like slightly aimed below my cursor, but nonetheless, pretty cool website. All right, next up, we have the true size of. So this is basically a game or a website where I could show you a country and overlay it over another country so you can see how big it actually is, because according to the Mercator projection, everything along the poles is stretched out. So Greenland, for instance, which I think is one of the most fascinating ones, you see it as this massive thing. But did you know it's actually that big? And if you put it on the equator, it's like the size of a third of Brazil. So big, not that big. Heard that before. United States, for instance, if it was where Greenland is, it would look like that, which is about the size of Russia, which is pretty scary because Russia is actually just that big. Like, look how massive Russia actually is. So if we put Russia on the equator, because Russia is the biggest in terms of size, it's still basically half the size of Africa. Antarctica, which we think is absolutely massive. Take a look at this, fellas. You see Antarctica and think, wow. I see Antarctica. And do you know what I think? I think Democratic Republic of Congo, because that's essentially how big it is. Now, I mean, it's a little bit bigger. But look at the difference. This is probably blowing one person's mind right now, and that's the only reason I'm doing this, for you. All right, so this one's called Little Alchemy. All right, so as you could see, I must have played this game once before. I don't remember. Dang thing. How do I get rid of this? All right. So what you do here is you take the elements and you combine them. So it's like we're playing Minecraft. So what do you get when you combine water and fire? Steam. What do you get when you put steam on lava? I guess nothing. But let's take lava and put earth, and that's a volcano. Okay, wait. Volcano and then water does nothing. Volcano and lava does nothing. Lava and water makes obsidian. That's that Minecraft thing, right? And then what goes with obsidian? So let's combine air. Oh my gosh, wait, why do I feel like I'm Avatar? Like I'm just bending the elements to my will. Obsidian with obsidian, does that do anything? Do I get like 2 obsidian? What about water on obsidian? No. Cloud and earth is fog. Fog and obsidian does nothing. Does the fog mix with anything else? Unfortunately not. So what if I do air? Oh, I made the sky. Oh, I lost the sky. Okay, I made the sky again. Okay, so I could just have a bunch of skies. So I could duplicate it like that. Obsidian in the sky means nothing. Water in the sky means nothing. Steam in the sky. Fire in the sky is the sun? It is. So I have the sun. Now we can start to make plant life. Earth on sun. All right, how do I harness the sun for energy? So everything comes from air. Air does... Okay, there's dust. I could create New York City a couple weeks ago. I made more dust. There's nothing really to do with that, is there? I want to combine like fire with dust, and then we made gunpowder somehow. And then with this gunpowder, obsidian. I feel like I can make a gun right now. So if I put gunpowder on obsidian, it doesn't do anything. But what if I put lava All right, you know what? I feel like an alchemist. I've done my job. All right, next up we have Emupedia, and all this does is it changes the theme of my browser to one of these old Windows versions. So, I mean, I'm old enough to remember one of these because I'm quite the oldie, but let's do Windows 95. This is what it would look like. I remember this. I used to troubleshoot this all the time. I would call like tech support, or maybe it was like scammers in India or something. Oh my gosh, what is it showing me? Is this my, I like don't know if I want you guys to see what my display looks like. Okay. Luckily for me, this, like, none of this is actually mine. These are all external websites. I thought you were about to see some stuff on here that I don't necessarily want you to see. Happy Tree Friends, I remember that. Minecraft single player, yeah, all this takes me to, like, external websites, which I'm definitely not trying to do that. So, there you have it. Next up is yarn.co. So, this is interesting because you... like, think of, you guys, it's not interactive like that, I guess. It's hard for you to live interact with me, but think of like a phrase from a TV show. So like, yes, I am your father, right? I am your father. Click enter, and then look at this. It's every instance in a TV or movie that has I am your father as dialogue. Isn't that incredible? So let's see if somebody's ever uttered the word kombucha. No, okay, so the market is prime. There's an opportunity for somebody to really capitalize on the kombucha. Now let's see if somebody's mentioned, like, I make YouTube videos. Somebody's got to say that. Okay, so there's YouTube, but nothing specific around I make YouTube videos. Yeah, it's a pretty cool site, right? So you can browse around this, have some fun. It's called yarn.co. All right, so now we have Google Feud. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It's a website that is basically Family Feud, but it's for Google. All right, do cats. So for instance, do cats purr? No. Do cats eat? Do cats love? And I lost. Okay, let's try once more. Benjamin. All right, Benjamin Button. Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Harrison. Nobody cares about him, right? Okay, Benjamin, I don't know. Benjamin. Who's another Benjamin? I have no idea. Benjamin Kelvin. Benjamin. I can't even speak anymore. I don't know. Benjamin who? Benjamin? Is that a person? No. How am I supposed to know this? Give up. Benjamin Moore, whoever that is. So I literally failed. Let's do this once more. Easy mode. Lady Gaga's Meet. The dress. Lady Gaga's songs. Lady Gaga's net worth. People love looking up, right? Lady Gaga's house. People are always like looking into that stuff. Lady Gaga's boyfriend or husband or whatever. Lady Gaga's face. And that was it. Okay. Why do soccer players wear jerseys? Why do soccer players wear cleats? Why do soccer players wear emotions on their sleeve? Because they're all... Oh, wow, okay. I was kind of like joking there. Why do soccer players wear symbols on their uniforms? Why do soccer players wear clothes? Maybe there's some frisky people out there. So that's Google Feud. Fun game, right? All right, next up is the Office stare machine. So you apparently type in any emotion and it will prompt something from the Office that shows that emotion. So let's say sad. I want sad stares. There's a sad stare from, what's his name? Like Darren, right? There's another one from some other guy. Okay, now let's do like something curious. I want curious stares. A curious stare looks like that. Okay. Pretty cool. This website is called UFO Sightings, so every instance of a UFO sighting is recorded on this website. So for instance, there was one recently in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it tells you some of the summary of it. So a dot that flash colors. So let's see what we can do. So I live in New Jersey, right? So let's try that. New Jersey. Multiple matches found. Let's go to, I don't know, let's go here. All right, so there's actually been a good amount of sightings. I think I saw a UFO, and that was last year. Bright orange glowing orb shoots extremely fast just above tree line, then turns bright red and disappears. I observed an object in the sky. The craziest thing about UFOs is so many people have claimed to see one, but we don't have like more than maybe 5 to 10 pieces of real evidence, at least publicly available, to confirm these sightings. So last year, for instance, there was 4,000 sightings. All time, my head cam's blocking it, there's been 211,000 sightings. Yet for some reason, there's less than 10 hard evidences of it. So what does that tell me? Well, basically, 1, they're either not real, or 2, we have to get better surveillance equipment. All right, so this is auto draw. So I draw something, and then this website tries to draw it better than me. So it like predicts what I'm drawing. So if I do, for instance, a smiley face, great circle, by the way. Bam, bam. Okay. So up top, you'll see that they think that I'm drawing a smiley face, and it corrects it to that, right? I could also, how do I like restart this? Start over. Let's say I want to draw a house. Bam, bam, bam. And I could correct it to that. So that's kind of cool. Can I import this or export this? Let's do something really sophisticated. So let's say I want to draw like, got nothing fascinating in my room. Let's do like a Stanley Cup, like the thing, like the water bottle thing. Right, there's a cup. I don't think I see it on here. Wait, is this it? I guess it's close enough. I think that's it, or maybe that's a toothpaste container. Let me draw like an animal, like an axolotl. You guys know what that is? Let's see if they can get that. Okay, well, to be fair to them, I definitely like messed that up. But it looks like this, like a little like salamander thingy. What do they think I'm drawing? They think I'm drawing a house, which is kind of offensive. I do not see an axolotl. I do see a frog, which is pretty close, so I'll give them benefit of the doubt. Not bad. All right, so this is similar to the other site. It's called Play Phrase. So, for instance, I've never met anyone, and this is everybody ever saying I've never met anyone. And it's just like a really nice, easy compilation. So now let's say like Morbius, because I've never seen that movie. But this is every time they say the word Morbius in any movie. It could be any movie. So apparently they only say it 8 times in the movie Morbius, which is kind of disappointing because the movie's called Morbius. Once again, let's see if anybody's ever uttered the words Sambucha. Okay, let's move on. All right, so now it's time to track sea animals. So you can apparently like watch where these animals are. So let's track this shark. There's Siona, and this is where Siona has traveled. I guess they have something on her. I thought it was gonna be like a live stream, like you're able to basically like dash cam like on actual sharks. But let's go back, and I want to follow Simon the Great White. Oh, he is really getting close to me. He's in this like Long Island, New Jersey, New York area. He just goes up and down. It's kind of interesting how like far they actually travel. Like he swam. Imagine swimming like the length of a state, let alone like 8 states. Animals are impressive. This is called More or Less, and basically there's multiple game modes, and so the goal of this is basically like higher or lower, like we played the thumbnail game before. So is France bigger or smaller than Egypt? That is a great question. I think it's slightly bigger. And I'm wrong. I don't know anything. I really don't know anything. Burundi or Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan's bigger. All right, let's get at least 10. Eritrea is smaller. Okay, Bhutan is smaller. Bosnia is bigger. Okay. Taiwan is smaller. Cool. Saudi's bigger, much bigger. Costa Rica's smaller, much smaller. Tajikistan's bigger, much bigger. Cuba is smaller. Okay, that was a close one. Turkmenistan's bigger. All right, so we got 10. That was my goal. Gabon is smaller. Benin is smaller. Mexico is bigger. Papua New Guinea is smaller. Morocco is smaller. And I'm wrong. So that is 14. Okay, that's not bad. They also have population by country. So the DR of Congo versus Somalia. I would say Somalia has less, and I'd be right. Syria has more, and I'd be right. That was close. Trinidad and Tobago has less, and I'd be right. North Macedonia probably has slightly more. It's Europe. Wow, okay, good. Cuba has obviously a lot more. 11 million. Palau has less. It's like probably one of the lowest populations. Mayotte, probably more. Yeah, it's close, but all right. Azerbaijan is definitely higher. Azerbaijan, Honduras, lower. Oh, that was so close. Why would they even do that? Sudan has way more. A lot of the African countries are pretty crowded. Malta has less, way less, not even 1 million people. Guinea-Bissau has more. African countries a little more concentrated. Uganda has more, 48. Oman has less, significantly less, 5 million. El Salvador, let's go more. Okay, very close. Reunion, definitely less. French territory. Western Sahara, I'd say less. Okay. Djibouti, higher. It's Pretty close, though. There's a million. Turkey has way more. Turkey has 85 million. Brazil has a lot, 215. Maldives lower, kind of snapping right now. Georgia has higher, not the state, the country. Samoa has less, significantly less. Benin has more. That is a lot. Zimbabwe has more. And it's close, and I was right. China has way more. They have the second most people, 1.5. Saudi has less, 27. Guinea has less. Good. That's 13.8. Botswana has more, and I'd be wrong. Okay. They also have Spotify monthly listeners. So Alan Walker has less than Harry Styles, though he has a lot. Ariana Grande has more. She has 82 million. Oh my gosh. Rudimental has less. Good for them, though. 8 million. X is dead, but he probably has more. Okay. Yeah, wow. 36 million. Azuna is Spanish, so he probably has more. All right. 48 million. Mo, don't know who that is. She's pretty popular, I guess. Rihanna has more, of course. 77. Kendrick Lamar has less than Rihanna. Still a lot at 43. Liam Payne, way less. 5.3. J Balvin has more. Is Liam Payne the least notable member of One Direction? Cardi B has less than J Balvin. I don't know why I thought so highly of her. All right, so now we have YouTubers. Snoop Dogg TV or Team Natch. Maybe I'll show up on this. He has more, right? Yep. A lot of musicians just have a lot. PlayStation, I said less. They have more. Okay, let's try that once more. Kim Kardashian has less YouTube subscribers. Get your game up. Minecraft has more. 10.8. Okay, Galen Hooks has less. Don't know who that is. A4, probably more. Oh my gosh, who is that? 44.8. Will Smith Vivo has less. Okay, he's almost on 1 million. Seth Everman has more. That's the guy that made that Billie Eilish thing. Kitchen Nightmares less. Oh, Kitchen Nightmares is where they do the Gordon Ramsay stuff. I'm just gonna try once more to see if I'm on here. Allie. Okay, I was already wrong. One more time. Okay, here we go. Vicstar less. 7.6. Okay, J-Lo more. Got all her songs on there. Sniper Wolf more. 33 million. Tasty less, though still a lot. Jesus. Kylie less. Oh my god, she has a diamond play button. Ah, all right, whatever. Now let's go net worth of people. Saito, rapper and actor, has more. And it's the same. Tom Cruise has way more. Tom Cruise is probably a billionaire. Gordon Ramsay has less. Significantly less. Bruce Darnell, don't know who that is, but he has less, and that is true. Emilia Clarke has more because of Game of Thrones, and that'd be right. Scarlett Johansson has more because she's in $5 billion movies. Paris Hilton has less. Apparently she has more. I don't believe that. And then IMDb ratings. So Pan's Labyrinth is probably higher, so I'd say less for The Hobbit. Cool. Pirates of the Caribbean probably has a higher rating, and it doesn't. All right, pretty fun. All right, so now we have Guess the Year. So there's going to be a famous event they show us, and then we have to guess what year it happened. And then depending on how far off you are from the actual date, that's how many lives they tack off. So the Titanic, when did the Titanic sink? I don't know. When was it? That was the 20s? 1928? 1912. Oh my gosh. So we lose 16 lives there. Prohibition is abolished. That was shortly after, right? That was probably the 1924? 1933. Oh my gosh. They didn't drink at all in the 20s. Apollo 11, the first manned mission to the moon, happens, I think that's 1968, 69. Nice. The first high-speed rail is introduced in Tokyo. This is probably during their boom post-war. They really started to clean things up in the 50s, maybe 52. 67, all right. Kind of doing bad here. Suicide of Adolf Hitler was 1945, which marked the end of the war, kind of, right? Okay, good. First images of Earth are taken from space. I don't know, the 30s? 36? 46, so right after the war. Benito Mussolini begins his dictatorship. So Italian, fascist, let's go 33. 25, pretty early. Wow, he's been ruling for 20 years at that point. Pearl Harbor's bombed. That, of course, is going to be 38, 41. Okay, I don't know anything. The vacuum cleaner's, this is a great invention. I'd say the vacuum cleaner was invented before the war, because if we were able to create a nuke, I'm sure we were able to create a vacuum. So let's go 1931. 1901. And then I guess this is our last one, unless I do something crazy, but I'd say Hawaii was in the 70s. And it wasn't. 1959. Shout out to Hawaii. This game basically shows us a color that is different than the rest, and we have to find it. So pretty simple. Let's see how far we can get. Don't have the best eyes, but they work. I think I'm definitely able to perform well in this test. All right, they kind of lost me. Maybe if I squint, does this help me at all? I don't think so. Nothing is really speaking to me right now. Are you guys able to see the difference? Doesn't look like there's a difference here, even when I squint really tightly. Maybe this one? Wow, okay. This one for sure. 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 We got this. This one. This one. This one. That was easy. That one's very easy. I think it's that one. My eyes are kind of going crazy right now. This one. This one. I think it's this one, but let me keep looking. No, it's that one. Why are they asking me my name? It feels like a trap. I'm gonna say Sam. I'll let you. Okay, cool. All right, I got a high score of 28. All right, and then the final thing of the day is the Wikipedia game. I used to play this a lot, so it's kind of a throwback for me. This is a fun one. So basically, you have to go from one topic to another in a set amount of time. So in this case, we have 120 seconds to go from Maria Sharapova to fruit. Easy enough. All right, let's do this. So fruit. All right. Tennis, like a tennis ball, looks like a fruit. Bowls. Okay, that didn't help. Turf is close to grass, which is a plant. Plant. Seeds. Oh, fruits. I won. I came in first place. That's a big step up from where I was in the beginning for that drawing game. Anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more content, click here or click here. Otherwise, subscribe just like this guy did, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Shoes! Kid-powered fun anti-gravity shoes!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the toys that have caused injuries among users, or had the most potential to.
Who could ever forget their first BB gun?
Number 30, Clackers.
Check out this new toy! Clackers!
Sometimes the simplest trinkets are the ones most likely to leave a mark. There isn't much to Clackers. They're two balls on a string that the user could smash together as slow or fast as they'd like. While they seem like a good time, they quickly get out of hand. They're hard to control once it gets moving at high speeds, making it easy for someone to hit themselves or others. Taking hard plastic to the face already doesn't sound like a good time, and the risk of the spheres shattering upon impact made things even more perilous. They picked up such a bad reputation that the US government had tens of thousands of them destroyed in the 1970s, forever cementing their infamous legacy.
And now, punch it!
Number 29, Splash Off Water Rocket. For years, water-based activities have been the go-to on a hot day. What better way to have fun in the sun than to set off an H2O-powered projectile with your friends?
3, 2, 1, go! That's gone.
What should have led to instant memories instead resulted in an unwanted stress. To get the splash-off water rocket to work, it had to be filled using a classic garden hose. However, when liquid was added, the pressure proved to be too much, causing some of them to completely fall apart. This, of course, led to the possibility of people getting hit and injured. Getting splashed is one thing, but no one wants to spend their summer vacation recovering from being hit with a piece of rocket. Number 28, Darth Maul and Qui-Gon's lightsabers. The Star Wars franchise has spawned several lines of toys over the decades, allowing kids to play as their favorite heroes and villains from the series. Some of the most popular were the lightsabers, modeled after the ones used by the characters. While many appeared to be innocent, some had more danger lurking beneath the surface. The Darth Maul and Qui-Gon versions seemed to be an instant hit, particularly the former's iconic double-sided weapon. While they were beloved, they didn't last long on the shelves. An internal issue with the batteries shifting and overheating eventually led to them being considered burn hazards. While the negative effects were realistic to the movies, they definitely weren't ideal in a real-life setting.
Your master Qui-Gon Jinn. I gutted him while you stood helpless and watched. How did that make you feel, Obi-Wan?
Number 27. Belt Buckle Derringer Toy Gun. Fake firearms are one thing, but one that can be hidden in an article of clothing takes things to a whole new level. In the 1950s, Mattel introduced a new phenomenon, a tiny pistol embedded within a belt buckle. The mini artillery would pop out and shoot a pellet whenever a small switch was activated, usually while the wearer moved their hips. They were so realistic that they could shoot several feet, making them a risk to anyone in the vicinity. The fact that it was a cap gun added another precarious layer to the product. While the bullets were not real, the friction from the chamber being activated spelled out disaster, especially considering how close they were to sensitive areas of the body.
You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Number 26. Pogo Sticks.
Now we're going to play. Do you want to play with me?
Oh no!
While bouncing from place to place seems ideal for any child, the risks usually outweigh the rewards. Pogo sticks have been one of the most unique items on the market since their inception, as they utilize springs to give users hours of fun and potential pain. Some variations have been taken off the market due to the mechanisms backfiring, causing people to fall mid-use. However, what makes them truly unsafe is how hard they can be to control. Even if someone isn't attempting sick tricks, the stick can easily slip out from underneath them, causing them to fall or even be hit. What's even more dangerous are the stunts some people attempt while using them, with failed ones usually ending up in immediate injury.
Mindy, get off the pogo stick!
Number 25. Monster Science Colossal Water Balls. A bouncy ball never hurt anyone, right? Just be careful if they start to mutate.
Consumer Reports say there's a potential safety hazard with popular small toy balls and beads that expand dramatically in water.
Be Amazing Toys ran into some trouble when they produced colossal water balls, little polymer orbs that expanded in size when combined with a special growth powder. The problem started with the colorful trinkets resembling candy. The toys also ballooned up in any sort of water, something that unfortunately makes up more than 50% of the human body. The fear was that kids would ingest the product and that its growth in diameter would present a serious choking hazard, or if swallowed, cause fatal obstruction in the intestines. Though no direct incidents involving the Monster Science miniatures were reported, occurrences involving similar polymer products prompted a recall of jelly beads, jumbo beads, and magic growing fruity fun toys in 2013.
If nothing had been done, the intestines would have perforated, the child would have had significant infection and sepsis and could have possibly died from it.
It's a helpful reminder that unexpected dangers sometimes come in small packages. Number 24. Super Blast Balls. In retrospect, a toy centered around slamming two objects together as hard as possible might not have been the best idea. The concept behind Super Blast Balls was straightforward. People would hit them together, simulating the sound of a cap gun going off. They would then have to hold the small balls in their palms for maximum effect, causing a loud noise and even sparks in the process.
Then we finally get a reaction taking place. We have not only collided, but we have met that minimum activation energy that's required to make that process happen.
The latter posed a burn threat, especially to those who were hitting them with all their strength. Before they were finally investigated and recalled, several people had reported being injured by the tiny ballistics. What could have been a great early lesson in friction ended up teaching more people how to treat singe wounds.
Well, burn for it!
Number 23. Yo-yo balls. Some playthings are a mess from top to bottom. Even something as small and seemingly inconsequential as this.
Around it goes, it comes back to you.
A yo-yo and a ball combined seems like it should result in hours of fun. Instead, they ended with trips to the hospital. Every component of it posed a threat, from the cord nearly strangling kids to the balls striking them in the head. Even the liquid inside was scrutinized for its potential toxicity and flammability. While there thankfully were not any fatalities, there were far too many close calls. This led to them being recalled, though by the time they were, millions had already been sold across the country. These just go to show that even the smallest objects can have the largest drawbacks. Number 22. Gilbert Glass-Blowing Set. Giving children unfettered access to glass and fire. What could possibly go wrong? The A.C. Gilbert Company was all about releasing products that had some real-world application, whether it be a chemistry set or a glass-blowing kit.
Hundreds upon hundreds of glassblowers from around the globe wanted to be right here, right now.
The latter came with several glass tubes, an alcohol lamp, and even a small blowtorch that kids could use to make their own creations. When left unsupervised, these materials had the potential to end in serious injuries and even house fires. Glass blowing isn't the safest hobby even for adults. To do it correctly, you have to bring the temperature up to several hundred degrees. Giving a youngster access to that level of flame, no matter the reason, is just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yes. It's just some of these customers, they get me all...
Number 21. Sky Dancers.
Sky Dancers! They're flying!
Who could have thought that such fashionable fairies would bring so much emotional distress? Sky Dancers were the perfect whimsical doll for kids of all ages, with a pull-string activated base that caused each one to fly. Unfortunately, the results were anything but magical. They spun at such high speeds that the flimsily covered foam wings were harming anyone in their path. The injuries were severe and ranged from scratched corneas to broken bones. After nearly 200 reports from consumers, the company had to pay a $400,000 fine, and over 10 million toys were recalled across the country. A new generation of Sky Dancers was eventually introduced in the 2000s, this time with softer, more padded wings.
Okay, get ready. Get set, here we go. Whoopee! Whoa!
Number 20. Polly Pocket. These dolls made a big impression when they first debuted in 1989, despite their modest height of under 1 inch. Imagine an entire apartment shrunk down to fit into a pocket-sized folding dollhouse, styled as a makeup compact. Add the male equivalent playsets Mighty Max, and this line of choking hazards had kids in the 90s eating out of the palm of their hand. These toys were already dangerous enough to warrant teaching your kid the Heimlich maneuver, but the Polly Pocket magnetic playsets, with their magnetic clothing, warranted a full recall in 2006. These dolls were too large to swallow, but the small magnets often fell out, wreaking life-threatening havoc on digestive systems if multiple were ingested. Number 19. Inflatable baby floats.
Otteru turns bath time into moments of fun, exploration, and learning.
There's nothing scarier than a potentially lethal baby product. Parents always need to be extra careful with infants around water, but you can understand how one might let their guard down when placing a child in an inflatable device specifically designed for that purpose. Sadly, a number of baby flotation products have ripped, resulting in the child sinking or being smothered. In 2009, some 4 million units, consisting of various models of the Aqua Leisure baby floats, were recalled after 31 incidences of seat strap ripping occurred, allowing the baby to fall into the water. In 2015, Otteru floats were recalled after some 50 cases of deflation were reported. Thankfully, neither specific case resulted in death. Number 18. Children's wood burning kits. If the word burning is in the name of your product, maybe don't market it to kids. Admittedly, the various companies manufacturing this product have always targeted the outdoorsy, do-it-yourself, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of America kind of kid. They're the types who generally don't need their toys bubble wrapped.
First outing is right now. I will be teaching you to dig a proper trench. Does that sound like something you want to do?
Yes, sir.
This will be no fun at all.
Sets from the 1950s were notorious for burns and for trusting in the fact that kids would learn responsibility. Modern kits, like those made by educational toy companies like TS Shure and NSI, are more safety-minded. But no amount of safety recommendations can mitigate the potential for burns, or worse, fires. If it can burn a pattern into wood, it can burn plenty of other stuff too.
If you guys ever have kids, and one of them, when he's 8 years old, accidentally sets fire to the living room rug, go easy on him. Okay.
Number 17, creepy crawlers. It might not exactly be playing with fire, but this creation station still involves high temperatures, and in early models, toxic fumes. Mattel first began producing creepy crawlers in 1964. Sets included die-cast creature molds, a liquid chemical that kids poured into the mold, and a small oven or hot plate to heat the plastigoop into hardened rubbery shapes.
Angel, you've got the buzz.
Creepy crawlers got a lot safer in the 1990s, but the early versions consisted of an open-face hot plate that rose to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. It might not be liquid magma, but that's still blisteringly hot, especially if you touch the creature before it solidified. Although marketed as non-toxic at the time, that was before we knew the dangers of PVC fumes. Number 16, Austin Magic Pistol.
Works on magic crystals.
Doesn't it suck that all the most dangerous toys are also the coolest? This toy gun actually uses combustion. Flames shoot out of it. It's made of metal and totally looks like a ray gun from early sci-fi. While the Austin Magic Pistol might make for a wicked awesome vintage toy when you're in your 20s or older, this circa 1950s toy gun is absurdly dangerous. Its magic crystals are composed of a mixture of calcium carbide and water, which, with a little help from the sparking trigger, combusts violently. Even in the wild and crazy 50s, it quickly became apparent that this was no toy, resulting in a number of bans. Number 15, Science Whiz Bottle Rocket Party.
The big one.
Listed in the top 10 unsafe toys of 2014 list from parental safety group Watch, this kit gives children everything they need to have a bottle rocket party. It includes the rockets themselves, stoppers, and fun caution tape so you feel like you're at a real rocket launch.
Rockets explode!
What the kit does not include are the safety goggles they recommend on the packaging. The baking soda and vinegar-propelled rockets are not going to explode, but the projectiles still present a significant risk of eye or facial injury.
Pretty easy, right?
The kit is labeled 8 and up, but you'd be hard-pressed to find any 8-year-old that's going to wait until they can track down safety goggles before playing with something this cool. Number 14, Easy Bake Oven. The Little Lady Empire stove, with its metal frame and up to 600 degrees of heat, might have been the more deadly children's stove. But the Easy Bake Oven has had a much more significant impact since Kenner launched the product in 1963.
Slide 'em in, let 'em bake now. Slide 'em in, slide 'em out, Easy Bake, wow!
Over 25 million units have been sold since, meaning that the average kid likely interacted with one at some point. Most of the 11 models have been totally safe, but 1 or 2 got the recipe wrong. The 2006 version was recalled after 29 reports surfaced of kids getting their fingers caught in the front-loading oven door. Despite the recall, another 249 incidents were reported, one of which ended with a little girl needing a partial finger amputation. Number 13, Stats 38 Quick Folding Trampoline. Anything that goes up must come down, and the higher you launch a child into the air, the greater the risk for injury. This specific trampoline might be mini, but it packs a huge risk factor. Marketed to children 6 and up, it has some serious bounce to it. No safety, no padded handlebar.
Turned out to be too dangerous.
The likelihood of your child losing control and flying into furniture is high. On the packaging, you find the following warning. Landing on the head or neck can cause serious injury, paralysis, or death.
Duh.
If, as a manufacturer, you feel the need to put that on a product you're selling to 6-year-olds, you might have missed the point of age restrictions. Number 12, Mini Hammock. Inflatable baby boats might be prone to malfunction, but mini hammocks seem as if they were designed specifically to endanger young children. Made from a fine nylon mesh and lacking any sort of spreader bar, these child-sized hammocks were prone to entangling their young users. Most often, this would occur when the child was attempting to get in or out of the hammock. In 1996, the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a recall and safety warning on 10 different mini hammock brands and models. Most notably the Easy Sales hammock brand, deemed unsafe for use due to a lack of spreader bar. Between 1984 and 1995, there were 12 separate cases of kids becoming trapped in the hammock and dying from asphyxiation. Number 11. Aqua Dots.
The magical dots you create, spray, and play.
Aqua dots are small, colorful balls that you arrange into patterns or images. Spray the design with water, and they solidify together into a single piece of art to show off to mom or dad. But as we've learned, anything a kid can swallow, they will swallow. These small toy beads, when ingested, caused vomiting, respiratory failure, seizures, and comas. Why? Aqua dots contained a compound that, when consumed, breaks down into GHB, also known as liquid ecstasy. The product was pulled from shelves after 3 separate toddlers fell into comas. The parents of one toddler, who suffered permanent brain damage, won their court case against the manufacturers, distributors, and toy designers, each company being assigned partial blame for the tragedy.
You'll also get 150 Aqua Glow Dots.
Number 10. Hannah Montana Pop Star Card Game. Before she became the pop star we all know and love today, Miley Cyrus was America's sweetheart and role model Hannah Montana. Little girls around the world wanted anything and everything with her name on it, including this awesome card game.
Comes with your set of Hannah Montana cards. Never been opened.
Parents trusted that smiling face, making it a huge surprise that the carrying case contained over 75 times the level of lead legally permitted in consumer goods. Hannah Montana, slowly poisoning children? Even scarier, the card game avoided a recall thanks to a legal loophole, since the lead was found in its vinyl and not its paint, meaning it stayed on shelves and in the hands of kids. Number 9. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids.
She really chews!
Step aside, hungry hippos. Here comes the Cannibal Cabbage Patch Kids. Snack Time dolls were a must-have gift for Christmas 1996. They could bite and swallow plastic food. In the eyes of children, they were as good as human pets, but with no mess on the other end.
And when you think she's through, look inside her backpack and like magic!
Unfortunately, the dolls couldn't differentiate between plastic food, fingers, and ponytails. Over 100 reports were filed claiming the jaws clamped down on fingers and hair, slowly pulling them in. In one case, a girl's hair was allegedly ripped down to the scalp. Mattel offered a $40 refund and took these little monsters off the shelves. Number 8. Sky Ranger's Park Flyer Radio-Controlled Airplane. Let's be honest. Remote control planes are dangerous even when functioning properly. There's always a risk of them crashing into a window, car, or innocent bystander. Forget with great power. With remote control airplanes comes great responsibility.
This plane has a good amount of power. You can launch it at half or 3/4 throttle, and it takes off and climbs with no trouble.
Well, apparently no one told Estes Cox Corp, the makers of the Sky Rangers, who upped the ante by releasing a toy airplane that was prone to spontaneously combusting during takeoff, mid-flight, and while landing. Anytime, really. And did we mention that you have to throw the plane on takeoff?
Its breakaway design prevents you from breaking the prop or bending the motor shaft.
Burns, temporary hearing loss, wounded eyes, facial lacerations, and a mandatory recall ensued.
When you're ready to have fun, make sure you take along today's best and fast, easy RC flying.
Number 7. Zulu Blowing Game. When it comes to toys, the phrase choking hazard holds the title as the biggest buzzword in child safety. But toys from the 1930s through to the 1960s seem like they were designed to weed out and kill all but the smartest kids before they reached adulthood. The Zulu blowgun from the Zulu Blowing Game was no exception. These toys essentially streamlined asphyxiation. A number of versions were sold between 1920 and 1960, but they all consisted of a long straw and small sharp darts. Put a dart in the straw, inhale, put it to your lips, and blow. Hey, you guessed it, tons of kids got that order wrong and inhaled the darts. Ouch. Number 6. Battlestar Galactica Colonial Viper. Remember a simpler time when companies didn't have to cover their products in warnings? The people at Mattel sure do. In the late 70s, there were 3 reported cases of children accidentally shooting themselves in the face with the spring-loaded missile of the Colonial Viper, inhaling or swallowing the missile and choking.
Reset catapult. Vipers on target.
One of these incidents sadly resulted in the death of a 4-year-old child.
Let's go in.
Following a recall, Mattel began to place choking hazard stickers on all of their toys with small parts, a precaution that would go on to become mandatory for all toy manufacturers.
I find your reasoning logical.
Number 5. CSI Crime Scene Investigation Fingerprint Examination Kit. Before we get into what makes this toy dangerous, let's just acknowledge the fact that toys for children should have never been made based on the CSI television franchise, considering the grisly subject matter.
Looks like the planet Krypton.
Kids should not be fans of this series, period. Turns out this toy set was not only inappropriate, but also poisonous. The powder used for fingerprinting was proven to contain asbestos, which, when inhaled, can cause deadly respiratory issues and even cancer later on in life. This resulted in a class action lawsuit against CBS, the network that licensed the toy. In the wake of the public relations nightmare, the manufacturer, Planet Toys, filed for bankruptcy.
This is an outrage. I demand an investigation.
Number 4. Moon Shoes.
Nothing compares to new Nickelodeon Moon Shoes.
Not so fast. You don't know what you're missing until you've tried Sponge Shoes.
Swings, trampolines. It seems like childhood is all about trying to launch your body as high as possible. The first generation of Moon Shoes was released in the 1950s, made of a type of metal, and used springs to help you reach the stars. They were also incredibly heavy, resulting in a lot of property damage when kids landed on household items, and injuries when kids botched a landing, rolled an ankle, or broke mom and dad's toes.
Ow! God!
Nickelodeon released a much safer plastic version in the 90s, but sprained and broken ankles continued, minus the fun.
55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 63. Oh!
Number 3. Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Laboratory.
This year at Gilbert, we present the finest toy line in our history. This
is our story.
Between 1910 and 1950, the A.C. Gilbert Company was a big name in toys. Their 1913 Erector set was one of the best-selling toys the world had ever seen, and over the next 40 years, the company continued to put out a wide variety of scientific playsets that were quite dangerous by modern standards.
Gilbert has made this exciting science available in safe and easy-to-understand form.
The chemistry set taught young kids to make explosives. The glass-blowing kit involved temperatures close to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But the Atomic Energy Lab wins for the most absurd, with multiple kinds of uranium, a Geiger counter to measure radioactivity, and a cloud chamber to observe alpha particles in action.
Russell, don't touch that. It could be radioactive or something.
Number 2, toy guns, including BB guns. Guns. It doesn't matter if kids are raised by registered NRA members or in strictly anti-gun households. They love playing with toy guns. Maybe it's the speed of the projectiles, the loud noises, the influence of popular TV characters, or all of the above. BB and airsoft guns can take an eye out. Paintballs leave a serious bruise, and cap guns often lead to burns. There are over 200 incidents of toy guns being mistaken for real firearms per year in the States.
What does it look like to you?
While many toy guns are not inherently dangerous, they often look like the real deal and can lead to serious injury or death. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, lawn darts.
When we were kids, there weren't that many dumb kids because we had toys that would kill you. Remember lawn darts?
A cross between horseshoes and darts, these oversized projectiles have plastic fins and big, rounded, weighted metal or sometimes plastic tips that ensure they fly true and land point first. Simple outdoor fun for the whole family. Until somebody gets seriously or fatally wounded by a stray dart. Also known as jarts or yard darts, they were popular in the 1950s, but were later banned because of injuries. The ban was lifted in the 1970s under the condition that they never be marketed to kids. When a 7-year-old girl was killed by one, it proved that the regulation couldn't keep them out of the hands of kids, so this led to a strict ban in the United States. Were any of your favorite childhood toys more dangerous than you thought? Let us know in the comments below.
Just a toy, a stupid, little, insignificant toy.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing new fishing tool that makes deboning fish a breeze.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those product names that sound ridiculous, are fraught with innuendo, or are just plain offensive.
Delicious tasting AIDS candy contains vitamins and minerals, no drugs.
Number 30, Pocket Fisherman.
It's the fishing invention of the century, Popeil's Pocket Fisherman.
This is one of those product names that no doubt brings to mind multiple things instead of what the product actually is. Is a pocket fisherman an actual little dude who resides in your pocket and loves to fish? Or is it a less common euphemism in the same vein as pocket pool? The answer? It's neither. The Pocket Fisherman is a compact, foldable, all-in-one fishing rod that, at about 5 by 5 inches, can technically fit into a large pocket. The As Seen on TV product has been around since 1972, so they must be doing something right, just not the name.
Expert or amateur will love Pocket Fisherman. And does it catch fish?
Number 29, Vegetarian Swallow Balls. This one just leads to more questions than answers. Like, what are swallow balls?
Let me rephrase that.
Do swallows even actually have them? And if so, do people eat them? And if they do, are they so popular that a vegetarian version was needed? And we assume we're not alone in swallow balls being just too close to sweaty balls to not elicit a giggle and a smirk from SNL fans the world over. We've also all seen enough TV news bloopers to know that the word swallow alone is enough to get people going.
I'm impressed that you swallowed. I really am.
Very
Script class.
Lisa, anything else you'd like to say about that story that I worked very hard on for many hours?
Number 28, Pea Cola.
Yep. Nice big tall glass of pea cola.
Obviously, the idea of urine cola sounds completely unappetizing. And the question then becomes, who on earth would name their drink pea cola? The answer? Someone in Ghana. Pea cola is a popular soft drink bottled and sold in West Africa's second most populous country. From what we could gather, the word pea in Ghana is a local expression that means very good. While English is the official language of Ghana, it is a multilingual country with numerous languages. And while English is widely spoken, it's far from everyone's primary language. So maybe that explains how pea cola didn't seem too odd.
Anybody want a glass of pea cola? Now your friends might not be too excited to drink these.
Number 27, Booty Goo. We get it. This diaper rash ointment is goo you put on your baby's bottom to get rid of the rash and make them feel better. But just because the name makes sense does not mean it's a good choice.
You should reconsider the entire campaign.
So, you disagree?
You have to be careful, especially when you have the word booty in there. Because while booty goo can be ointment goo that goes on a baby's booty, it can just as easily, ask Urban Dictionary, be goo that comes out of a booty. And no one wants any product that makes them think about that.
Anyways, I just wanted to give you that advice, so you're welcome.
Number 26, Love Sack.
This is a medium-sized sack, a city sack, and I'm going to unpack it today and show you how to get it out.
The Love Sack company makes modular furniture and foam-filled beanbag-like sacks that we assume you'll love. The sacks were how the company started. And sure, telling people they will love their sacks in the company name might sound like a good idea, and it obviously did to founder Sean D. Nelson back in 1995. But how did Nelson, or any of his friends, not also see the obvious innuendo immediately? That being that the other love sacks are not modular, and they are things that no man ever wants to sit on.
On the top of the sack, you'll notice a few details. One, the signature Love Sack logo flap, complete with our original logo on the bottom.
And this innuendo is made even more giggle-worthy in their unpacking videos when Nelson himself tells us that all we need to do to get our love sack out is to unzip the zipper. Number 25. Brother P-Touch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Brother P-Touch label maker.
Here's a simple word of advice. If your company name is Brother, try not using the word touch in any of your product names.
No touching! No touching! No touching! No touching!
In this case, we're talking about the Brother P-Touch label maker. Which, now that we think about it, why did they call it the Touch anyway? Come on, the thing uses physical buttons. It's not even a touchscreen. And while the Brother and the P-Touch next to each other is uncomfortable, it's even more problematic without the Brother. And last but not least, how are you supposed to tell this is a label maker from the name alone? Enjoy trying to give this as a gift without doing some serious explaining.
Wow. No, it's great. Also, mint in box.
Number 24, Burning Love Pouch. How could any product name associated with an Elvis Presley song be a bad idea? When that song is Burning Love and you go ahead and put the word pouch after it, that's how. The Burning Love Company hand makes all of its sleeves, bags, and accessories out of fine merino wool and Italian leather. They make, among other things, keychains, iPad sleeves, wallets, and pouches. And while a Burning Love pouch is a bad name, just the main company name Burning Love makes us think more about penicillin than fine leather accessories.
Well, are you taking penicillin?
There's a glitch in my swing.
Number 23, GIMP.
Today, I want to show you how you can use GIMP.
Have you ever used the free open-source graphics editor GIMP and thought about how unfortunate it is to have a name now so strongly associated with the leather-covered character in Pulp Fiction? Well, the truth is that the first iteration of GIMP came out after the Quentin Tarantino movie. The developers specifically added a G word to the front of the product's name in order to create the acronym GIMP as a direct reference to the film. If you have some photo editing to do, you should definitely bring out the GIMP. Just make sure it's the right one.
To watch more GIMP videos like this one, check out the playlist right up above.
Number 22, Barfy Burgers. When it comes to meat and Argentina, the country is widely known to have some of the highest quality, best tasting beef out there.
Good beef. Argentina has great beef.
But they also have Barfy Burgers. Find yourself in an Argentinian grocery store in the frozen food section, and you're likely to see a box of Barfy burger patties. From what we can tell, it's not like barfy is a Spanish word that means something other than what it sounds like. So we're not quite sure what to make of it, other than the fact that a food product should never have a name that reminds one of the results of food poisoning.
The Morgan family just dropped out of the show. Food poisoning. Gross.
Number 21, douchebags.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Cyrus here, and today we're talking about the DB roller bag.
What does DB mean to you? While most companies would be insulted were you to call their product douchebags, that isn't the case for this DB company started in 2009 by a Norwegian engineering student and a Swedish free ski fan. And why wouldn't the name insult them, you ask? Well, because before the company was DB, it was actually douchebags. That's right. The two guys created an adjustable lightweight ski bag and called their company and said ski bag product douchebags. It was only once the company got bigger and began making its way into America that they officially changed to DB. Also, the original douchebag is now called the snow roller.
Bag lineup and why we always choosing these to go to ski magazine tests.
Number 20, Nads.
Real girls. Real women. Real blokes. Nads, voted best brand in hair removal by real people.
This is one of the biggest products on our list. So it would seem that unfortunate naming hasn't held it back. Created and founded in 1992 by an Australian woman whose daughter wanted to wax her arms with less pain, it's gone on to become one of the world's leading hair removal products.
Real mums. Real Aussies.
However, Nads is a slang term often used for something else. Popularly used in sentences such as, "Oh man, that guy just got hit right in the nads." The success of Nads as a business just goes to show that a great product can indeed overcome a questionable name.
1, 2, 3, and rip it off. That's amazing. Look at that.
Number 19, Trek Store I Beat Blacks. It's hard to believe this name was even considered. In the 2000s, German company Trek Store came up with an idea for what to call their new MP3 player. And the outlandishly bad name they went with sounded like it was making light of prejudice and violence. Shortly after Trek Store was called out for its horrendously bad decision, the company issued an apology and promptly renamed their product. According to the company's vice president, it was named Blacks because of its, quote, elegant black piano finish. But it's still mind-boggling that they missed the obvious problem there, even if English wasn't their first language. Number 18, Reebok Incubus. What do women want to wear on their feet? In the mid-90s, Reebok's marketing team answered this question with demonic spirits who take advantage of women in their sleep. In 1996, the company launched athletic footwear for women called Reebok Incubus. The male counterpart of a succubus, an incubus is a mythological demon said to prey on women at night while they're unconscious. Clearly, no one bothered to research what the name actually meant. At least, we hope that's the explanation. When an ABC News report broke the story, Reebok had to apologize and change the name. Number 17. Dry Sack Sherry. Dry is an interesting adjective. When you use it to describe skin, you think of unpleasant things like bitter winter months. But when you combine the word dry with wine, you think of an enjoyable adult beverage.
Dude, I'm putting a little cornstarch on my huevos, man. It's too humid down here.
So we can see why Williams and Humbert wanted to use it to describe its sherry. But then they added the word sack. In this product's defense, sack is actually a term that was historically used in the winemaking profession to describe certain fortified wines. But modern audiences are likely going to be too distracted by the words dry and sack together to recognize the historical meaning behind the name.
I'm going upstairs. Because I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set.
Number 16. KUM Hair Care. Doesn't matter if you spell it with a K or a C, it comes out sounding the same when you say it out loud. Or put it on a shampoo bottle.
Is that a hair gel?
Yeah.
Great. I can use
No, you don't have to. You don't.
I just ran out.
The intended use of this product, coupled with its unfortunate name, naturally invites a whole slew of dirty jokes that are too cheap and easy to bother making.
Yes! Yes!
The product line uses kumquat extract as a key ingredient, which was apparently such a distinguishing feature of this hair care line that the need to put KUM in the name trumped all business and marketing sense.
With extract from the kumquat fruit, my hair is sexier and more vibrant than ever before. Cum hair care products really do work. You'll definitely turn heads when you have cum in your hair.
Number 15. IKEA's Fartful Workbench. No one makes furniture quite like IKEA, or as much of it. The home furnishing juggernaut has risen to prominence while committing to a specific naming system. That happens to include the word fartful for a workbench. You see, IKEA mostly relies on common words from Sweden and neighboring countries to make product names. Rugs tend to be named after Scandinavian towns. Other products borrow plant and animal names. But while fartful might mean speedy to those who speak Swedish, it has a far more unsavory implication for non-Swedish speaking shoppers. Based on the name alone, we're keeping this workbench outside. Number 14. 666 Cold Preparation. This is just one of those strange ones. Are the manufacturers of this seemingly run-of-the-mill cold medicine intentionally invoking 666, the number of the beast?
666, number of the devil.
If so, there are multiple ways to interpret this. They could be looking to corner the goth, Satanist, or even heavy metal healthcare market. Alternatively, this could be an attempt at marketing this product as the right choice for a hellishly bad cold.
God bless you!
Either way, it's hard to imagine the name helped with sales, especially with more religiously conscious groups.
Not on my watch.
Apparently, it tasted awful too. Number 13. Wonder Boner.
Okay. Who wants to clean and debone them? I'll do it. What gives?
You want to do it?
Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner.
Looking to put together a gift basket of unfortunately named products for a loved one with a penchant for puns? You've already got the Pocket Fisherman, so why not add a Wonder Boner? In all fairness, if you've ever deboned a fish, you'll know that it is no simple task, especially if you're inexperienced or don't have the right tools. The Wonder Boner seemingly facilitates removing bones from a fish, and based on the commercial, any immature wordplay was intentional.
You just assemble the Wonder Boner stainless steel rods like this. You take the fish, you find the top of the spine, then you slide him through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and voila!
The Wonder Boner.
My wife would like that.
Marketing 101 states that you should know your target market. If the product gets the job done and your target demographic is a couple of dudes on a fishing trip, who can blame them for throwing in a cheap laugh?
Well, I think